Most people are not weak because life is hard. They are weak because their mind reacts to everything. Every message, every insult, every delay, every opinion. The Stoics understood something most people never learn. If the world can control your emotions, it controls you. Mental strength is not loud. It does not argue. It does not prove. It does not chase validation. It stays calm while everything else burns. If you want to become mentally untouchable, you must stop trying to control life and start controlling how you meet it. These habits are not motivational tricks. They are mental disciplines practiced by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, men who lived under pressure most people could not survive. Adopt them slowly, deeply, quietly. The first habit is learning to pause before reacting. Most people think their emotions are automatic. They believe anger, anxiety, and frustration simply happen to them. The Stoics disagreed. They taught that between what happens and how you respond, there is a small space. That space is where your power lies. A pause of one breath can stop a lifetime of regret. When someone disrespects you, the mind wants to strike back. When something goes wrong, the mind wants to complain. When plans fail, the mind wants to panic. The Stoic pauses, not because he is weak, but because he refuses to let the world pull his strings. Silence in that moment is not submission, it is control. Each time you delay a reaction, you train your nervous system to obey you instead of fear. Over time, people notice something unsettling about you. Nothing rattles you. The second habit is separating what you control from what you don't. Most mental suffering comes from fighting reality. People waste energy trying to control opinions, outcomes, timing, and other people's behavior, things that were never theirs to command. Epictetus made this simply. Some things are up to you. Some things are not. Your thoughts, actions, effort, and values are yours. Everything else is borrowed. When you accept this fully, anxiety loses its grip. You stop trying to manage the uncontrollable and pour your energy into mastery of self. When things go wrong, you don't collapse. When things go right, you don't cling. You move forward with quiet confidence because your stability no longer depends on circumstances. This habit alone makes you rare. The third habit is emotional discipline through perception. The Stoics believed events themselves are neutral. It is our interpretation that creates suffering. An insult is just sound waves. A delay is just time passing. A failure is just feedback. But the untrained mind adds stories. They disrespected me. This shouldn't happen. I can't handle this. The Stoic removes the story. Marcus Aurelius trained himself to describe things exactly as they are, without drama. When you strip events down to facts, emotions lose intensity. You don't deny pain. You don't suppress emotion. You simply refuse to exaggerate. This discipline makes you emotionally untouchable because nothing feels personal anymore. The world stops attacking you because you stop seeing attacks everywhere. The fourth habit is practicing voluntary discomfort. Comfort weakens the mind. The Stoics intentionally exposed themselves to discomfort, cold, hunger, simplicity, not to suffer, but to remember they could survive without luxury. When you train yourself to endure discomfort, fear loses leverage. You stop dreading loss because you've rehearsed living with less. You stop panicking under pressure because hardship feels familiar. Mental strength grows when the mind learns, I can handle this. This habit builds unshakable confidence, not the loud kind, but the quiet certainty that no situation will break you. The fifth habit is detachment from external validation. Most people are enslaved by approval. They want to be liked, understood, praised, and noticed. The Stoics warned that living for applause is the fastest way to lose yourself. When your self-worth depends on others, you become reactive, anxious, and fragile. The mentally untouchable person does the opposite. He measures himself by his values, not opinions. He acts with integrity even when no one is watching. He does not chase respect, he becomes respectable. Over time, this detachment creates freedom. Criticism no longer wounds, praise no longer intoxicates. You become grounded in who you are, not how you are perceived. And this is what makes people feel your presence without you saying a word. These habits do not make life easy. They make you steady. They turn chaos into training, pressure into discipline, silence into strength. The Stoics never promised happiness as pleasure. They promised peace through mastery. Mental untouchability is not built overnight. It is built in moments no one sees. When you pause instead of react. When you accept instead of resist. When you endure instead of escape. When you stand firm instead of seeking approval. Master these habits and something changes. Life still happens, but it no longer controls you. You move slower, speak less, observe more. And in a noisy world, that calm becomes authority.